All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Sunil Verma. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to reply on motion of thanks to President's address at 2 p.m. in Rajya Sabha today. Prime Minister Modi discusses with his Israeli counterpart Benjamin Netanyahu ways to strengthen multifaceted India-Israel friendship. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw to launch Digital Payments Utsav today for promotion of digital payments across the country. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval says India will never abandon people of Afghanistan in their hour of need. Death toll in devastating earthquake in Turkiye and Syria crosses 15,000. Indian Army sets up a field hospital at Iskenderun in Hatay province of Türkiye. And in cricket, first test of 4-match Border Gavaskar Trophy between India and Australia to begin today in Nagpur. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will reply to the motion of thanks to the President's address in Rajya Sabha today. Rajya Sabha Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar said that reply by the Prime Minister will be at 2 p.m. Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday spoke to his Israeli counterpart Benjamin Netanyahu and discussed ways to strengthen the multifaceted India-Israel friendship. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said that they also discussed ways to deepen focus on innovation partnership and ongoing cooperation in defense and security between the two countries. President Draupadi Murmu will inaugurate the National Convention on Women as Foundation of Value-Based Society at the Om Shanti Retreat Center in Gurugram today. She will also launch an All India awareness campaign, Empowering the Family. Electronics and Information Technology and Communications Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw will launch the Digital Payments Utsav in New Delhi today. A comprehensive month-long campaign, Digital Payments Utsav, has been planned from today for the promotion of digital payments across the country, with particular focus on G20 Digital Economy Working Group event cities, namely Lucknow, Hyderabad, Pune and Bengaluru. The event will have the release of a G20 co-branded QR code and a coffee table book showcasing India's journey to global leadership in digital payments and digital inclusion. It will also witness the flagging off of Digital Payments Sandesh Yatra with the aim to make citizens aware of various digital payment solutions and sensitize them about the security and safety of digital payments. DigiDhan Awards for top-performing banks in the digital payment space will also be presented in the event. In Tripura, BJP National President JP Nadda will release the party's election manifesto for the state in Agartala today. Several senior leaders of various political parties, including Brinda Karat and Prakash Karat from the left, several chief ministers of BJP-ruled states, Congress and TMC leaders will campaign today. Women voters are likely to play an important role in deciding the fate of candidates at several seats. More from our correspondent.
All the political parties and candidates are trying to woo the female voters through election rallies and door-to-door campaigns. Women empowerment, security, jobs, better healthcare facilities are some of the issues that being highlighted by candidates. Nearly 14 lakh eligible female voters could exercise their voting rights on 16th of this month. Altogether, 22 women candidates are in the fray in this election. The ruling BJP has given tickets to highest 11 women candidates. Among them, Union Minister Pratima Bhaumik is contesting from the Nagpur seat, while from Badharat seat, Minarani Sarkar is up against her nephew Patharanjan Sarkar of Forward Bloc. In 2018 election, only 3 women candidates managed to win out of 20 contesting candidates. With Kunal Sinde, this is Manas Pratim Sharma, AR News, Agartala.
In Meghalaya, nominations of 375 candidates, including 36 women, were found valid after scrutiny. The state will go to polls on the 27th of this month. Our correspondent reports that the Valentine Week is going on and Election Commission has planned special musical programs to attract voters.
Election Commission here in Meghalaya is actively using musical bands and musical programs for voter awareness. On 14 February, on the occasion of Valentine's Day, Commission has planned a special musical campaign named My Vote My Valentine in 300 polling stations of the state, where turnout was less than the average polling last time. In an exclusive interview to AIR News, the Chief Electoral Officer of the state, Fr. Kharkongor, said,
"We use music in a very passionate way to promote elections and to promote electoral participation rather. We also have our election icon, which is a musical band. We are actively using musical bands and the musical groups. In fact, next week we have a program called My Vote My Valentine. It's part of the Mission 300.
Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Shillong.
In Nagaland, 200 nominations have been found valid for assembly elections to be held on the 27th of this month. The scrutiny of nomination papers for the 60-member assembly was taken up yesterday. Tomorrow is the last date for withdrawal of candidature. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
Northeast Diary program broadcast every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. brings very interesting and enchanting stories from the 8 Indian states of Northeast India. Northeast Diary this week, on the 9th of February 2023, brings an exclusive interview with the Gangtok-based environmentalist and organic farmer Dr. Ghanshyam Sharma. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Indian National Security Advisor Ajit Doval has stressed the well-being and humanitarian needs of Afghans. Participating in the 5th multilateral meeting of Secretaries of Security Councils and National Security Advisors on Afghanistan in Moscow, Russia, Mr. Doval said, India will never abandon the Afghan people in their time of need. Mr. Doval added that Afghanistan is passing through a difficult phase. He noted that India has a historical and special relationship with Afghanistan, and well-being and humanitarian needs of people of Afghanistan is India's foremost priority. The National Security Advisor disclosed that focusing on food security and medical supplies, India has so far delivered 40,000 metric tons of wheat, 60 tons of medicines, 5 lakh COVID vaccines, winter clothing and 28 tons of disaster relief. Apart from the host country, India, Iran, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, China, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan were represented at the meeting. Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur has said that insurgent activities in the northeast have come down by 89% and cases of civilian deaths declined by 85% during the last 8 years. Addressing the concluding session of the 3-day Y20 summit at Guwahati in Assam, he said that under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, peace has returned to the region and many developmental works are being carried out at present. At the closing ceremony, the white paper on the 5 themes of Y20 was launched by Mr. Thakur, while Assam Education Minister Ranoj Pegu presented the research papers on the 5 themes. The Union Minister said the 5 themes present an extraordinary opportunity for the youth to contribute and collaborate on the development agenda of G20. As part of the first Tourism Working Group meeting being held at Dhorodo, the international delegates and representatives will participate in a yoga session at White Desert. The delegates will visit the UNESCO World Heritage Site of the Harappan civilization, Dholavira, where they will be taken to an archaeological tour of the ancient Indus Valley civilization site. On the sidelines of the first Tourism Working Group meeting, a special session will also be held on the promotion of archaeological tourism in the evening. Secretary of Ministry of Tourism Arvind Singh and representatives from various international organizations like UNESCO will participate in the session. The first G20 Environment and Climate Sustainability Working Group meeting under India Presidency will begin in Bengaluru today. Additional Secretary in the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Richa Sharma, said that issues concerning biodiversity will be top on the agenda for deliberations. land degradation and biodiversity loss, marine pollution, conservation of mangroves and coral reefs are some of the core areas of deliberations in the 3 days event. The delegates will visit Kalkere, Arboretum and Banerghata National Park to showcase the forest restoration model adopted in India. Over 142 delegates from G20 countries and 19 member countries and the European Union, 25 from 10 guest countries and 21 representatives of international organizations are slated to meet and hold global discourse during the meet. The death toll in the earthquakes in Turkiye and Syria has crossed 15,000. Rescue workers have warned that the toll is likely to rise further, with many people still trapped under the rubble. Rescue workers are struggling to reach some of the worst hit areas. The Indian Army has set up a field hospital at Iskenderun in Hatay province of Türkiye. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar said the field hospital will treat those affected by the earthquake. He said a team of Indian medical and critical care specialists and equipment are preparing to treat emergencies. MEA spokesperson Orind Bagchi said it will be a 30-bedded, fully equipped medical facility with operation theatre, X-ray machines, ventilators, etc. India's sixth flight under Operation Dost has reached earthquake-hit Türkiye. In a tweet, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar said that more search and rescue teams, dog squads, essential search and access equipment, medicines and medical equipment is ready for deployment in the relief efforts. In Jammu and Kashmir, the third Khelo India National Winter Games will begin in Gulmarg tomorrow. Union Minister for Sports, Youth Affairs, Information and Broadcasting, Anurag Singh Thakur, will participate in the opening ceremony of the 5-day event. We have more from our correspondent. Khelo India, barfili fizaon mein, jannat ki hawaon mein.
Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur is scheduled to arrive at world-famous ski resort at Gulmarg today in the afternoon to participate in the opening ceremony of third edition of Khelo India Winter Games at Gulmarg Co-op Club tomorrow. The mega event will be held from 10th to 14th of this month. More than 1,500 athletes across the country will participate in 9 different winter sports disciplines. The event will encourage the youth towards winter sports and boost the tourism in Jammu and Kashmir. Earlier on 4th of this month, Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha and Union Minister Shri Anurag Singh Thakur had jointly launched the mascot, theme song and jersey for the third edition of Khelo India National Winter Games at Raj Bhavan in Jammu. This is Sunil Kohl for AR News from Srinagar. Khelo India, dil de khelo. The first cricket test of 4-match Border Gavaskar Trophy between India and Australia will begin today in Nagpur. While Team India aims to retain the trophy, Australia will look to win their first test series in India since 2004-2005. And now, for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Renu Kataria.
Thank you, Sunil. Key policy rate hike by RBI appears as front page news in many dailies. RBI lifts loan costs to tame inflation is the headline in the Hindu. No change in stance, RBI hints at more rate hikes, headlines Business Standard. In a box item, Hindustan Times highlights that this is the 6th rate jump in a row. The government has confirmed that 10 Indians are stuck in quake-hit parts of Türkiye and 1 is missing, reports the statesman. Teams from 24 countries have joined search and rescue operations, writes the Times of India. The US has asserted that the Chinese balloon also spied on India and Japan, reports the Asian Age. 30 lakh Indians are at risk of flooding by glacial lakes, reveals a study quoted by the Pioneer. And finally, a leopard strayed into the Kazibad district court, injuring many people before the Forest Department could take control of the animal, writes the Times of India. And with that, it's back to you, Sunil.
Thank you, Renu. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to reply on motion of thanks to President's address at 2 p.m. in Rajya Sabha today. Prime Minister Modi discusses with his Israeli counterpart Benjamin Netanyahu ways to strengthen multifaceted India-Israel friendship. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw to launch Digital Payments Utsav today for promotion of digital payments across the country. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval says India will never abandon people of Afghanistan in their hour of need. Death toll in devastating earthquake in Turkiye and Syria crosses 15,000. Indian Army sets up a field hospital at Iskenderun in Hatay province of Türkiye. And in cricket, first test of 4-match Border Gavaskar Trophy between India and Australia to begin today in Nagpur. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.